So Nikola Vucevic has just been traded to the Chicago Bulls. The official trade is Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, and 2 first-round picks to the Magic, and Nikola Vucevic and Al-Farouq Aminu to the Chicago Bulls. So in today's video, I'll be talking about both sides of the move. Before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video to help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content, and help me reach my channel goal of 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation with me, correspond to all of my comments, and play that intro. So first off, I'm going to talk about the Bulls' size of the move. And honestly, I think they easily won this trade, as they got a legitimate all-star to pair with Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, who has been playing like a top 7 or 8 center in the league. Vucevic has been averaging 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists while shooting 48% from the field and 40% from 3. Elite numbers. The Bulls got a player that can play on the level of Zach LaVine. And on top of that, they only had to give up Wendell Carter Jr., who has been somewhat underwhelming this season, and 2 future first-round picks, which is significant. But if you were the Bulls, you would hope that you would be a playoff team in those years, since you just got another all-star. They also lost Otto Porter, who simply hasn't been amazing this year, and he has really struggled with injuries in his time in Chicago, so I don't think losing him is too big of a deal. And I think this move solidifies that the Bulls are not a rebuilding team anymore, and it shows that now they're trying to make the playoffs. I think adding Vucevic will push them into making the playoffs as soon as this year, as they are currently only a game and a half outside of the 8th seed, and they're currently the 10th seed in the East. So even if they go nowhere and stay at exactly where they are, they will still play in the play-in tournament. Adding Vucevic is really good, since it will take off a lot of pressure off Zach LaVine, as LaVine at times this season has really had to carry this Bulls team, but now he is being paired with another player who is on his level as an all-star. If you're a Bulls fan, you should be absolutely ecstatic, because Vucevic will fit well with LaVine, as they can both run the pick and roll and pick and pop alongside each other. This makes the Bulls a legit scary team that I honestly wouldn't want to see in the first round of the playoffs, since a team built around Zach LaVine and Vucevic, who are 2 top 30 players, along with a bunch of solid supporting players like Kobe White, Thaddeus Young, Lauri Markkanen, and others, is a pretty scary team. Although Vucevic isn't a great defender, he's not a terrible one either, and he won't make them much worse on defense. Where Vucevic will really help is where they're ranked 18th in offense, as Vucevic is a really good scorer, and although Wendell Carter Jr. does have a lot of potential, I doubt he would ever be as good as Vucevic currently is. So in my opinion, this is a fantastic move for the Bulls, and they easily won this trade. Not up for discussion. For the Orlando Magic side of the deal, they received 2 first-round picks, Otto Porter and Wendell Carter Jr. And I've seen many people claim that this is a horrible trade for the Magic. And to be honest, although I don't think it's an amazing return for Vucevic, it's far from horrible, since they did get 2 future first-round picks, which will probably rank 20 to 20th in the next few seasons, which is solid. And we have seen many All-Stars be selected through that spot. So there's a chance that the Magic could get some really good players with those selections. But knowing the Magic, they probably won't. They got Otto Porter, who was a guy who they could potentially trade in the future, but I don't think adding him is a big deal. And to me, their biggest asset from this move is Wendell Carter Jr., who I think can be one of the better centers in the league. Not necessarily as an all-star, but as a defensive big man who can score 15 to 18 points per game while being a solid passer. Kind of like Al Horford. And yes, I know Al Horford was an all-star, but you know what I mean. Wendell is far from a player that you would like to build around, but he could be a solid supporting player for whoever they get with their top 5 pick this season. I also wonder what this move means for Mo Bamba, who hasn't been playing much this season due to Vucevic being so good, and now the Magic have just went out and got another young center. I doubt they could play together, so this move is questionable for Mo Bamba's future. I also have to talk about how happy I am that Vucevic finally got traded, since he's been in Orlando so long and has been wasting many years of his career. And I'm glad that after carrying and playing so well for the Magic, he will finally get to play on a playoff team. The Bulls getting Vucevic was a bit surprising, and it's not the team that I wanted him to go to, but it's far from the worst place. And yeah, Orlando definitely lost this trade, but it's not as bad to me as others have been saying. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Who do you think won this trade? Drop a like on this video to help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation with me. Correspond to all of my comments. And I'm out.